Good script can absolutely open doors even if you're a newcomer with zero.
When screenwriters ask me about breaking into the film industry and what's the number one thing that they get wrong, as someone who reads scripts for a living, consults with screenwriters, consults with companies that hire and support screenwriters, I have the same answer. So if this is your first time seeing my face, I'm Spade Robinson. I'm a story consultant. I work with documentary filmmakers and screenwriters to help them get to the most compelling version of their stories. And then the other side of my business is working with companies, studios, production companies, networks, and nonprofit organizations that support artists, Sundance Film, independent places like that. Okay, so I read literally thousands of scripts and judge them based on merit and the mandate that that company may be looking for, or the mandate of you just trying to make the script the best you can for the purpose of getting hired for an opportunity. Coming to the table with this knowledge, I completely understand that a lot of filmmakers can feel frustrated because it can be competitive and it can be frustrating putting yourself out there over and over and over again and not getting anywhere. So I get the question a lot, and I get the sentiment a lot that you have to know somebody. Nepotism is the only way to get far in this industry, and that just having talent isn't enough. My friend, that is not the case. It's just not the case. It's just not the case, right? So here's what is the case. The best scripts really do rise to the top. Now, getting your script read is part of the challenge, but things like fellowship, screenwriting contests, labs, things that are open calls really are the best way to get scripts read without having to go through an agent or manager, which most studios and production companies, that's their mandate. However, nobody is skipping over your script when it's extremely well written. You have a distinctive voice. You have a world that's succinct and beautifully written. You have characters that are robust and multidimensional. You have themes that are universal, but a world that is specific. Nobody's skipping over that script. They're just not. I mean, some of these scripts are harder to produce if they feel like they don't have commercial value. So business people deciding not to make a business risk on your script is a completely different conversation. But talent and skill are not the things that people are overlooking. They're not. So you need to be thinking more along the lines of the things that are inside my control. Am I operating at that high level? When your script is a 10 out of 10, nobody's like, oh, but they don't know such and such, or they're not in our community or whatever. People are turning down scripts for very different business reasons that have nothing to do with your talent. Your 10 out of 10 script is definitely rising to the top. And for me, let's say I'm an executive or I'm someone who is producing or greenlighting or financing films, even if a script is not in my mandate, even if it's not for me, even if it's not a good business decision for me, I'm passing it on to someone who I know, who it may benefit or it may be a good fit for them. That's how the blacklist is made every year. We are passing along scripts that are unproduced because I wasn't able to produce it, but we do think that the communication in the community within the film industry really does exist on people passing along information and screenplays and names and directors and producers that I'm not working with, but I think would be a good fit for you. Those relationships, that circle is very tight. And so what I'm telling you is that I hope this information frees you, because if you have the chip on your shoulder or you have the feeling that something is holding me back and that people are holding me down, no one is appreciating my script that's a 10 out of 10 because of my lack of relationships, that's not the case. But it is within your power to make your script a 10 out of 10, right? So whether it's working with someone like me, a story consultant, or watching YouTube videos, or taking a class, or getting to the point where your script is a 10 out of 10 and is undeniable, that's within your power. That has nothing to do with nepotism. That has nothing to do with relationships. That has nothing to do with any of the fluff in the film industry. That's on you, which should give you the confidence and the freedom to realize that, oh, okay. Then if my scripts aren't going far, in these contests, right? If my scripts aren't making it to the interview round in these labs, if my scripts aren't getting the buzz or the recognition, then it's really not about the other stuff. It really is about me. And because that's in my control, that's exciting because I can fix that. And you can fix that. And you can fix that. I hope this helps. Because 80% of everything I read is god awful. It's terrible. I'm not reading a bunch of wonderful scripts that I can't pass on. Like 80% of everything is like terrible. And then 20% is okay, right? Out of that 20% that is okay, about 10% is really good and 5% is excellent. You're trying to make it to that 5%. You're not competing against 100 people once you're a strong screenwriter. You're competing as a much smaller group. And I say that all the time. And so people may be tired of hearing it, but at the end of the day, it's within your power to get your script to the point where everyone is reading it and passing it around. Like, I can't really do anything with it, but what about you? Is this something you can work with? That's where you want to be, and that's within your control. I hope this helps. Happy writing.